bitch. Hi. Somehow, in some way, I got a freaking slow leaking tire. I got all the way up to the dock. By the time I load my papers, my tire is at like 15 PSI, and I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? So I go to the first gas station, throw $1.50 in the machine, see the sign that's on the ground at the bottom, a little note saying out of order, fuck, already paid, go to do it. Nope, sure enough, it produces air, but it can't actually put air into the tire. So I'm like, shit. So I try a few times, I fail, I give up. I head over to the next gas station, which so happened to have another exact same air machine, paid another $1.50, and it got me air. I was like, okay, cool. So I got a slow leaking driver's side tire. Not sure how it happened, not sure why, but it's just what's happening. So what you do, I bought 2 cans of the truck tire sealant. Yeah, repairs flat tire. This repairs slow leaking flat tires. It's good. Also, with the truck level one, the trucks are like enough to get you enough. Like if, let's say, you get a flat tire in the middle of nowhere, you could throw like a whole bottle of one of these in, and it's going to give you maybe just enough pressure to get down the road. That's why I use the truck level ones. Okay, so we got 2 of those. And then I got a tire repair kit. You ever use one of these? You ever use one of these? Probably not. Probably never use one of these, nor do you ever want to use one of these. However, you're driving in the middle of the goddamn night. You think what are you gonna do when you got a flat tire, huh? You gonna go out there and put a spare on? What if you don't have a spare? What if it's wintertime and you don't want to throw a donut on in the middle of the fucking winter, right? So this is what you have. So you find the hole. You find the hole. If it's leaking air, find the hole. Remove whatever is inside the tire. Go ahead and remove it. If there's nothing inside the tire, cool. You take this thing, you shove it into the hole, and you pull it in and out a couple times, kind of like sex, right? So now that you've done that, you've shoved this into the hole, and you've done it a goddamn bunch of times. You're done with this hole. Next thing you do is you take one of these little black strips, right? And you feed it, like if you've ever sewed. Have you ever sewed? Probably not, but maybe you have. So you're gonna take one. I'm not gonna actually take this out of the patch. Maybe I'll do it when I actually do it if I have to do it. However, you're gonna take one of these things out. You're gonna thread it, not all the way through, just a little bit over the edge. Then you're gonna take your rubber cement glue, and you're gonna put the rubber cement glue all over the tip, all over the little rubber plug thing, because it's gonna be the lube to shove it in. Now, if you want to be conservative, you only need half. If you don't give a fuck, shove half that motherfucker in there, let it dry for a little bit, snip the end if you even care to snip the end, go on with your day. Throw air in it. That's how you repair a flat tire. Not saying it's the most exciting thing ever to do, but if you're if you're breaking down in the middle of freaking nowhere, a lot of gas stations will stop freaking swerving. I don't know how well that thing's doing right now. But if you're in the middle of nowhere, that's how you would fix a tire. Like let's say you have a hole and it's really big and this isn't going to seal it. Well, this could still give you enough air. You can also buy just compressed air like this, I'm sure, somewhere. That'd be a good thing to have in your car too. So that way you could just get a full tire full of air real fast. Or you can bring one of those little portable air compressors with you. It's only, after about 30-40 minutes, it's going to get you about 25 PSI, which is not really enough to do your job on, but it would be enough for you to gimp into the nearest gas station. I'm not a fan of the little portable ones, but portable's better than nothing, so kinda. In truth, if you want a good one, like one that'll fill up your tire within 15 minutes, you're going to have to pay almost like $100 in most cases. And I think that's, well, man, let's actually show how I do anything else that concludes how to fix a flat tire in the middle of the night on your paper route. You should have all this stuff on you already. I had to go to Walmart and resupply. I think I might have one of those cans in the back of my car, but I think I used it, so I might as well get a new one. Oh, yeah, and that's it for today. Bye. Okay. I think that's enough. Alright. For the sucky part. You're really trying to get this, oh, what the fuck. Shit. Oops. Forgot to shake it. Gotta shake it. Shake it a little bit more. God damn it. This is really freaking hard to do with one hand. There it goes. No. I think someone used this can and returned it. Maybe not. I don't know why it's not working very well. Okay, so as of right now, I cannot verify if the tire is still leaking or not. I thought the can of Fix-A-Flat wasn't, not Fix-A-Flat. Sorry, don't use Fix-A-Flat, it's bad. This was a green slime tire sealant, and it comes in usually a compressed can. However, this can didn't feel very compressed. However, the can is lighter, and it did put something into the tire. So, and as far as I can tell, I'm not sure quite yet if it's going flat or not. I have to give it some time. And this is definitely a hell of a day to test this stuff, because plugging a tire right now is not something I'm interested in. And I'm drifting all over the place. I don't got much traction. This is a hell of a lot of pressure I'm putting on this stuff to work right now, so I hope it works. I know in average, normal summer conditions, it works great. I've never tried this stuff like this in this situation. I've never tried it, so I'm in a whole new territory of things that can happen right now. But the tire doesn't look overly flat. It's not pulling too much to the opposite side. It's just, I'm not sure if it's going to be able to hold. Now, how did I get a flat tire? Well, it could have been yesterday when I came home. I did happen to run over my jack. And why didn't it go flat on me all through the 13 hours that right? Like, why didn't it go flat on me before? That's a good question. Maybe it was, it had a whole bunch of ice or something frozen, or maybe I was parked on top of the hole, and that's why it didn't leak on me. And I just so happened to park exactly on the exact same hole when I went to my first job, and then it was because now that I'm actually driving around and it's actually able to leak out air, that's when it was actually starting to leak out air. Because I drove straight from work right up to the dock. I was going about 65, and I wasn't having any type of problems. I only had a problem after I pulled into the dock and I was waiting for the papers. That's when I had a problem. So, I mean, as much as I would love to accuse someone else of this, I don't really think I don't have any evidence to it. And I guess I could have just ran over a really sharp piece of ice or something too. Unlikely. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I have a flat tire. Why I had a slow leaking tire. I'm not really sure if it's flat anymore. I mean, I'll know when it really starts to pull really hard to the right. I'll know that it needs some air again. But right now, it just seems like it has the average pull. Like, I don't really feel like it's pulling too much. It's like me not holding the steering wheel. I know it's still got a bit of an alignment problem because I had to throw a whole nother hub assembly on because my wheel bearing shit out. And when I tried to replace the wheel bearing didn't want to come out. So I ended up pulling a CRX wheel hub and putting that on. But then I had to put the CRX's freaking rotors on because it wasn't going to work with the Accord rotors. Well, no traction. Well, I guess enough if I'm still able to do the job. Yeah, I didn't even I didn't do my second part of my job yesterday. I was hoping weather would be better today and I could do it today. I really need to try and do it today, but now I'm sitting here facing a flat tire, so I'm like, I'm not sure really what to do, so I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and push the tire, push it as hard as I can in my first section, so when I go back to the gas station, I can see if I lost how much air I lost, and then I can either go ahead and put air in it and hope for the best, or I can actually do a tire plug, but I'm not really in the mood to plug a tire right now. So it's like, I'd rather just go ahead and save that emergency kit. That, and I have no way of airing up a tire on the spot too, which is why I kind of want to save my second can of green slime, which is sitting by the heater right now, warming up. You're not supposed to expose the can to high temperatures, but it needs to warm up so it can do a little bit better. That's just how I feel about it. Going very fast, so it's kind of, I can't really tell if it's leaking or not. Well, today's just kind of being a bit shitty on me. Fortunately, I've had to deal with flat tires a lot on this job. I'm pretty sure some of them were sabotage, but hard to say. You'll turn eventually. There you go. I'll admit it, I just kind of want to go home, but I don't do the job. There's no point in having the job. I don't really want to lose the job, but this is just. I got my truck started. I did. I've been trying to keep the battery charged, so if I can get up to the DMV and get a temporary moving pass, which today is technically my day off, so I could go up to the DMV and get a temporary moving pass just for that one vehicle, and then try to get it home. And then eventually what I need to do is throw that engine in my other truck, and then I'll have at least a truck, kinda, sorta. It's got its issues too, but I could get at least one of these things out. Eventually, I think I'm going to call Pick and Pull and be like, yeah, I got a whole bunch of free frames and some extra parts. If you want to come down and pick them up, you can have them. But I don't even know if they'd want to take them at that point. I think they would if it was like multiple, but I'm not sure. I definitely need to clean up that property before I leave. I mean, I'm not sure what her chances are of actually selling the place, so. Even though I'm mad at her for wanting to do it, it's her property, she can do it. It's just, I'm not sure if she's even going to be able to make any money off the property. I mean, if we're going into another collapse, she should have sold like 5-10 years ago. Which I wasn't there then, but I know, well, it's like I helped pay for her to get the goddamn title, you know? So it's like, she didn't even have the title to the house until I came and paid for it. I was like, you need to try and get the title to the house so that way you can sell it, or we can. You don't want us to have to deal with all that legal shit. And so she did it, but then it's like now she's all fucking. I don't know. She was nice. She let me come in. She actually offered me a bath yesterday. So, it was today when it snowed and everything. I got home, I went ahead and I packed down the snow on the driveway and I swept all the snow off her car. And I made a nice little path to her fucking car too. Not that she even needed it or used it, but you know, I mean, hey, I thought of you. Crabby old lady. Oh yeah, like all my dogs stayed home today, so I don't know what to tell you there. I didn't make them stay. It was just Raw was like, no, I'm not gonna come with you today. And she usually has, it's like she was smart. That was a smart decision because today I had to do management. So it's like sit in a freaking car and then I come out every like hour or so just to turn it on so that way they don't freeze to death. Oh, I mean they're not gonna freeze to death, but they're definitely gonna get cold. I wonder how that tire looks. Check it again. Just 1 second. 1 freaking second. And I'll check it again. Boom. Boom. Alright. Can I get a spot that's not too snowy? Maybe I can actually see. Okay. I am not convinced that my first attempt actually fixed anything. I'm really not convinced yet. Let's see if I can get all the way through my second section and see how low the tire is. It's right now. It definitely doesn't have as much air in it as I initially put in it. So I have not officially fixed anything yet. God damn it. Definitely might be slower, but it might still have an obstacle in there. I guess I gotta go back and check and see if it's actually leaking or not. But that's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the gas station and I'm gonna turn off the car and I'm gonna see if I can hear it leaking. And if I can hear it leaking, then that's when I need to investigate further. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Off to the gas station we go. I don't hear anything. I don't hear any air leaking. And I moved the car. This is my second check. I don't think I hear any air leaking. I'm trying to listen. I'm not hearing an air leak at all. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. I think it stopped leaking. Yeah. I don't think it's leaking. Okay. Alright, so it has held air for a good 15-20 minutes. I don't know. I probably sat there in the bathroom for 20 minutes. It seems to be holding air. I think I'm going to call it. I think I'm good. I'm just going to go for it. If anything, it greatly helps stop the leak. Y'all have a great day.